Yes, people, welcome back to GNA TV and Chelsea Fan TV for another transfer news show for you. We have been waiting. We have been waiting for more news to come out in regards to the football club. And now we have lots to discuss, lots to get into, guys. Right now, I need you to smash that like button, guys. It's absolutely hot right here where I am at the moment. That's why I'm wearing a vest, because it's hot. But I hope you guys are well. Smash the likes. We've got loads to talk on. Marc Guiu, the striker we've signed. KDH, the most recent signing that we've made of Dewsbury-Hall as well. We've got stuff to talk about in regards to Isak. We've got stuff in regards to talk about Lewis Hall. We've got some sponsorship news come out in the club as well. There's a lot going on in around us at the moment. Still no striker, which we'll be looking into. No left centre-back. We've got that to talk about from Fabrizio Romano's comments as well. Lots and lots and lots to get into. Make sure you hit the likes. Nearly 100 people here already. Let's cue the intro. Yes, people, welcome back to Chelsea Fan TV and GNA TV and the guys over Twitter. Good to see you all. Hope you guys have had an amazing couple of days. The last time we was on was about 5-6 days ago. Obviously, the Euros has been very busy as well. England just scraping to make it into the quarterfinals yesterday, which was not an impressive performance. They are going to need to do better against Switzerland in the next round, that's for sure. My money goes on Spain, though, guys. I'm not going to lie. Spain at the moment, look, the team to beat, in my opinion. But guys, right now, if you haven't done already, please hit the thumbs. Please hit the thumbs. Let's get the likes up. I need the thumbs going, guys. This will help push it out in the algorithm as well. We've had some minor issues on GNA TV with YouTube deciding to demonetize us, which I'm not too sure why. And we've been told that we can reapply in September, which is unfortunate, but that will affect my algorithm getting it out there to you guys as well. But everyone else on Chelsea Fan TV, how are you? Twitter, how are you guys? Lots and lots to discuss. Yes, KDH, we're going to be talking about him. I want to know what Chelsea's fans' thoughts are on KDH to Chelsea. Adele, welcome. How are you? Good to see you. Jack, how are you, bro? Good to see you. Leo, everyone in the building. Joey, what you saying, my boy? Good to see you as always. Jonathan, big up Jonathan in the building. Peter Pan, do you think we'll get the Italian left back? Well, we're going to be talking about him very shortly as well. Lots and lots to get into. Big up Jim, up the Chelsea. The new season can't come quick enough. Listen, guys, we're in July already. Maresca's probably going to be announced at any time soon. Our first pre-season game is on the 3rd week of July as well. So there's a lot going on. Is an excellent signing, is what Joey said as well. Bobby, how are you, bro? Good to see you. Always good to see you. Ella, how are you, darling? How are you? Good to see you. Hope you're well. Guys, over 100 people in the building right now. Make sure you're hitting the thumbs, guys. Share it out. My question that I posed to you, which we'll be talking later in the show, guys, is: are you happy with the signing of KDH? The most recent signing of KDH from Leicester to Chelsea. I want your thoughts and opinions in the chat. Shaq, how are you, bro? Good to see you. Chelsea. Cameron, what we saying? How are you, bro? Good to see you all, man. It feels like it's been a little while, even though it's been, 5 days or so since we've last done a show. Right, let's get into the thick of things because there's a lot to get into. I want to start, guys. With the kit news. These are our new kits, home and away. What do you think? What do you think, guys? Home and away kits? Home, away, and third kit. Well, that's going to be the home kit for sure. What's the third kit here? That's the away kit, surely. And that's got to be the third kit, right? I do like the black with the Chelsea lion on there. Not going to lie. That looks quite cool. The blue looks all right. The white, they're all different. That's what I like about it. They're all different styles. They're not really the same in any shape or form. You've got sort of the plain side here with a couple strips through it. This one's got more of like a flow to it with the white lines going through it and stuff. And this one's, the same as well a bit. But what's your thoughts on these kits, guys? What do you think of our new kits going into next season? I want to know, people in the chat, what is your favourite out of them kits as well? The blue, the white, and the black. This is our home and away and our third kit's confirmed, guys. I'm not going to lie. We're going to be looking quite mint on that pitch, you know. We're going to be looking quite mint on that pitch, guys. I think I might have to purchase it. I'm not going to lie. I kind of like the blue one, but I do like the white. I like the white Nike one. I'm not going to lie with this one. This one. They're the two I like. The black I'm not as keen on, but I like the logo on that. I wish the logo on the black one was put on here. Maybe. That would look sick. I don't know. What are you saying, guys? Petball. I don't. The KDH signed, but a lot of people not happy. Decent. Away and third are great. Home, I don't know. Homesick. I love all these kits. Hey, come on, Ella. Ella loves all the kits. All right, guys, nearly 150 of you in the building. If you're not hitting the thumbs, guys, hit the thumbs below, guys. That's going to help us push through the algorithm as well. Blue looks the best. Love the waves. Yeah, I love the blue. I think the blue looks quite cool. The blue color is cold. Yeah, that's our home kit, guys, apparently. That is our home kit. With obviously, once they put all of the sponsorships on and things like that as well. I cannot understand why they do plastic nonsense with the badge. Yeah, they've changed it, but I think it's probably to do, I don't know, to be honest with you. I'm not too sure why. I actually don't know why they've done that. Not going to lie. The away kit is lit. Yeah, I like the white kit. I think the white kit and the blue kit are my favorite. Is that the away? If that's the away kit, that's got to be the third kit. Surely. Bobby, good to see you, bro, as always, man. Good to see you, man. CFC Jack. We're going to talk about Dewsbury-Hall. I'm good. I wanted to get your thoughts on Dewsbury-Hall. That's because I wasn't sure whether the whole fan base was going to erupt and be annoyed about it, or if you're going to be happy about it. We're going to talk about him a bit later in the show. Sup, Jim? What's going on, Deddington? Good to see you. Good signing, man. It's good signing. I think it is. We're going to talk about it. Blue one looks good. The washing machine doesn't like those dodgy stuck on the badges. Oh, you guys. Well, there you go. Not sure when they're going to come out yet. Not been released. We need to sort out our sponsorships, which is one of the bigger things that we need to sort out, which is where we're going to next, because one of them's been announced and it goes straight on our training kit, guys. And it is Bing X. Bing X is on our training kits. What does it mean for other sponsorships? Well, we're going to talk about that in a second. But Bing X are, it's Bing with an X. It might just be Bing with and the X being a logo. I think it's Bing X. Who are Bing X? That's the question. Who is this? What is this? What's the situation? What have I done with that? I actually had that there as well. Oh, wait, here we go. Well, Bing X are, I'll tell you, they are a cryptocurrency exchange, guys. They're a cryptocurrency exchange. Oh, wrong one. Let's go with another one. There it is. Who are they? Founded in 2018, Bing X is a leading crypto exchange serving over 10 million users worldwide. Bing X offers diversified products and services, including spot, derivatives, copy trading, and asset management, all designed for evolving the need of users from beginning to professionals. So they're just a cryptocurrency exchange, guys. You can get your Bitcoin on there. You can get your exchange on there. You can get your Ethereum on there. Whatever it is that you do, that's what you can do. And that's who we've got on the front of our training kits. Now, what does it mean for the other sponsorships? Well, this is what it means. Bing X, a 2-year deal for the training kit worth 12 million per season. Trivago ended its partnership with Chelsea, and the Infinite Athlete sponsor, which goes on the main logo of the kit, front of the match shirt worth 40 million a year, sleeves of the training kit worth 3 million per year, 2 logos, the big one on here, one on the sleeve as well. So there's a 40 million deal there with Infinite. Why can't I say that word? Infinite Athlete. Jesus. 40 million a year there, and then another 3 million. Trivago have now, I think, left us after 3 years. I think they've been with us 3 years, Trivago. I think probably around 3 years. And a 2-year deal for the training kit worth 12 million for Bing X now as well, guys. He ain't leaving. I mean, we'll talk about that in a second, actually. Will probably be the front of the shirt. Yeah, they are. Guys, nearly 200 people in the building. Right now, guys, what we'll go into is what you've been waiting for. Some news. We're going to talk about some news in and around transfers and this football club. First, we're going to start with the people leaving. The people that are leaving the football club of Chelsea. Well, one of them is Lewis Hall. Chelsea can confirm the graduate Lewis Hall has completed a permanent deal to Newcastle United. Wishing all the best for your future career, Lewis. We do wish you all the best, Lewis. But guess what? We made a decent amount of pure profit on him, like Matson and like Lewis Hall. And how much did we sell Lewis Hall for? Let's have a look. Forgot. 28 million. So we made 37.5 million on Matson and 28 million on Lewis Hall. They've played some games for us, right? But not enough. They've gone on loan. They've actually gone on loan, and their market value is probably done better from them going there. So, are Chelsea up right now? Have we done good sell? Are both of them players that we sold good sells? Yeah, pure profit on two left backs. That all right? Some people wanted in the team, and I get that because we lack that sort of. Still think we lack that sort of class in the left back role, even though Cucurella seems to be slowly ticking up as well. But to make 37.5 million on Matson and 28 million on Lewis Hall, on two left backs, you got to give it to the board. Now, look, I don't want to sit here and say, oh, yeah, we should be like, but for what they're doing at the moment, and you can only base it on individual signings, sales, who they bring in, what they're doing at the moment, and what they've done to this point, they've done well. They've done well. You can't knock the sale of two left backs, one for 28 million and one for 37.5 million. You just can't. Especially when they didn't cost us near to nothing. What will happen if Chelsea don't make their profit, £100 million profit? Well, nothing. We've been told already. We're not affected by PSR rules, so it's fine. 103 million for Hall, Hutchinson and Matson. We made 103 million on 3 players that have hardly played for Chelsea. Do you know how crazy that is, guys? I'm not joking. Do you know how crazy that is? I know we spent a lot of money on 20 million here, 18 million there, 15 million here. I know that all adds up as well. But to sell 3 players and make 100 million, 3 players that hardly really played for this club, you can't knock that. Exactly. Loan fees included as well. It's good. It's good, Josh. Hey, big up, Josh. Anyway, guys, 200 people in the building. So Lewis Hall is one out the window. And do you know what? As Josh mentioned, Omari Hutchinson, guess who we're going to next? Omari Hutchinson signs a new deal with Ipswich Town. 22 million package deal. Do you know what's funny in all of this, right? Omari Hutchinson was sold for less than both our left backs. I guess money has a factor in where he's going to in terms of club, but Lewis Hall 28 million, Matson 37.5 million because of, let's be serious, because of his Champions League reign and playing very well at Dortmund, he's managed to merit another 37.5 million. Come on, let's go. This guy was, were they second? Were they second in the league? Or third? I can't even remember. That's mad. Obviously, 25% sell-on clause and match it rights for Chelsea. It's a club record for Ipswich Town. They've never signed a player as high as Omari. No buyback clause. Omari signs until 2029. Remember, there is a clause in there as well where Arsenal get their little 3 to 5% sell-on fee as well. So even though it's 22 million, it's probably more like 18 million to us, maybe, which is not too bad. And he's got a 25% sell on yeah, exactly. So if he kicks on at Ipswich and they sell him for 40 million because he gets better and better and better, Chelsea get a quarter of that money. Chelsea will get a quarter of that money. Exactly. They'll probably go right back down after that. It'll probably be their best player, and then he'll be bought by Aston Villa or Newcastle for 35, 40 million. And we will be sitting there going, I'm not going to lie, we're not bad in the market, are we? We're not bad in the market, are we? Let's be serious. Like we've moved quite well on this one as well. And listen, you've got to look at it on an individual basis. All right, we've not signed great players since this recruitment or board have come in. But looking at what we're doing now and moving forward, we're moving quite smart. I'm not going to lie. We've moved quite smart so far. We do need to make more signings as well. We know that. I guess now we will be selling Gallagher if we buy in KDH. Well, we've bought KDH, Ella. I wouldn't say it's an upgrade at all. Interesting. So I want to ask you this, because I think they're two different players. Who do you think would be more suited to what we're trying to do? Obviously, we've not seen Maresca ball yet, but for what we've seen of him at Leicester, who do you think would be more suited to what we're trying to do moving forward, though? Like, if you had to choose between the two to keep one of them, who would you keep? So, would you actually keep Gallagher over us signing him? What was your thoughts? I'm just quite interested to know. Now, we're moving away from that onto a talent, guys. I am going to say an absolute talent. I like this guy. I don't know how you feel about him, but I like him. Calafiori. Now, this guy I've been watching in the Euros. He's good. He's good. Like, this just hands down. He's good. Yeah, they went out, but he's good. Let me mention again, Chelsea are looking for a left-footed, talented left-back or centre-back. It's either or. Maybe one that can play in a free, that can cover the left, or vice versa. Chelsea are following a situation of Calafiori from whoever he's from. I can't remember the name of him. Listen, I've watched this guy over the Euros, and the one thing that I like about him a lot is how comfortable he is on the ball. How comfortable this boy is on the ball. Comfortable, reads the game well, carries the ball well. He's good. He's just an Italian defender. He's just got that. He's not like your old school Italian defenders where they were just defensively so strong. Like, he's good defensively. He kind of has that. And I think most of the defenders this day and age are going into this stage as well. He kind of has this very good ball playing ability as well. And I think a lot of the top defenders that we're looking at have that sort of style where they can carry the ball out, they can play a ball over the top, they can link the play. You know, they're good. They can, if they're being pressed at the back, they're comfortable and beating the press. This guy's good. The only issue I have with this is how much they're going to want. How much they're going to want after this, Big up Declared. How are you? How are you as well? Yeah, they lost his shape without him. They lost to Swiss. They did. He's very, very important. Yeah, this is why I'm saying the different players. This is the thing, and this is why I've got to. This is why I'm really intrigued. But I like this guy. And listen, if we go in for this guy, I've heard Arsenal and Chelsea are the two teams that are quite interested in him. Obviously, that can change. Don't get me wrong. Other European clubs could be interested. If we are genuinely interested, I think this is one where we should maybe spend 40 odd million on him. Because he is good. He is good. Like, he is good. And I think he would suit the Premier League, the way that we play, the risk taking, being able to carry the ball. And you look at the defenders that we've been linked to and the defenders that we've brought in, tossing, what is he very good at doing? Carrying the ball out, playing the ball, playing balls over the top, linking. He can carry. What this guy can do, carry the ball, comfortable. They're looking for defenders that are naturally good on the ball, that can play balls, that can fizz, that are comfortable. Also, the Argentinian lad that we've signed, I can't remember his name right now. We're on the road of signing the 19-year-old. Have you watched him? The guy is so comfortable with the ball. He's like doing little fizzes over the top of the head of the striker to his defender at the other side. And like, do you know what I mean? Like, they're so comfortable. Yeah, this guy. I was watching bits of him. Like, he looks very good to the eye. Defensively, I'd still need to watch a bit more to see how good he is. But again, he's still so young. But talking about his attributes, what are they good at doing? What do they all have in common? They all comfortable playing balls out from the back. They're good at carrying, and they're okay being pressed because they're comfortable. They're not like Disassi. Even look, Disassi or Badiashile. Disassi and Badiashile ain't comfortable playing out from the back. They're not bad at passing out from the back. I'm not saying they can't do it, but they're just not to this level. So Do you get what I mean? Like, they're just not to this level of what I think is comfortable. That's the modern day, though. Exactly, Bobby. I agree. It's the way it's going. You have to look at them defensively as well. We are great in business, just wondering how many more loopholes we have left up our sleeves. And where is that 100 million striker? Well, declared, we just made 100 million on selling Lewis Hall, Matson, and Omari Hutchinson, mate. 3 players that have hardly played for this team. I mean, that's not bad business. I'm not going to lie. You know, sometimes you've got, even if you don't like the ball, even if there's some people that just don't like this ownership, you can't not like that. You have to be like, no, actually, they've done quite well there. Do you know what I mean? We're going to talk about KDH very, very soon. Calafiori is one that we're interested in. It's going to either be a left back or a centre back, guys. Doesn't mean we're going to get this guy, but he's in the mix. And that's the big question here. What's this? Just hope we don't get in the boat of signing too many players and having a 30-plus squad again. True. But at the same time, guys, it's very, very important. And we're going to talk about it when we get to KDH in a minute, because this is one of the big reasons why I'm okay with it. Like, we need squad depth, guys. Like, look what happened last season. Osimhen getting cheaper by the day. Is he? Is there a tweet about him? I haven't seen the tweet. Is there a tweet about Osimhen? Let's have a look. Is there a tweet about Osimhen? There is actually one 3 hours ago from Fabrizio. We can highlight that. We're coming to strikers next, aren't we? We are actually coming to strikers next, guys. So that's where we are with defenders. Keep your eye out. It could be this guy. It could be a left back. It could be whatever. It could be someone that we've seen from the Euros. Do not be shocked. Toboli, Egbali are watching the Euros. So they're probably watching these talents across playing for their clubs and trying to see who they think would fit what we're trying to do moving forward, along with Maresca as well. Let's see. Let's see what happens with that. We'll keep an eye out more and more on the defence side and left back things. I want to go into striker because, listen, this is one area where everyone's still like, what are we doing? Well, there is news on Victor, which has nothing to do with Chelsea, but still, Victor Osimhen's plan is still to leave Napoli this summer, as movement is expected soon. Or after quiet June, Napoli expect proposals to arrive for Osimhen, as he could be on the move. The release clause is around 120 million euros. Preference for the Premier League, but still, the story's still open. He wants Premier League, but no one's paying 120 million euros. So what are Napoli going to do here? Because if he wants to leave, he's well in his right to get them to force this fee down. He's going to be well in his right. If anyone can get Napoli to come down, it's him. Could he go down to 100 million euros? But the problem is the release clause is the release clause. I don't think you can break the release clause, can you? So is it just fixed? Is there a way where it can be dropped and it can be looked at? I don't know. Do I even want Victor Osimhen? I don't know. I don't actually know. I'm not even too sure if Victor Osimhen's the guy to suit our style of play or what we're going to try and do moving forward. I don't think he's the greatest at carrying the ball. I think he's good aerially, being in the box, finding the goal. Yeah, we need that. But is his all-round game good enough? Is his profile the right profile for Chelsea? I'm not too sure still. Even though I think he's a good striker, don't get me wrong. I'm not ignoring that he's not a good striker. I think he is, but I just don't know how good he is for how much he's worth. Yes, it's true, Shaq. On and off, that is true. Nearly 300 people in the building, guys. Make sure you're smashing the likes. Run up the likes, guys, please. If you've not hit the thumb below this right now, please do so, guys. It really helps us grow the channel as well. Please do that if you can. Zerki worth a punt. Again, I'm not too sure on Zerki. I'll be quite honest with you. The Euros has exposed so many strikers for me. I'm going to be quite honest with you. There's some of them I was like you guys were talking about in the chat, and I watched them in the Euros, and I'm just like, nah, bruv. One of them is Dovbyk. That Dovbyk guy is no. Keep him away from our club. No. No. He's nowhere near ready. And listen, he must be created hella by, at Getafe. He must just have, he must just have things created for him on a plate, which I think they probably do. I was looking at their created options over there and how much they created per game. He looks very like he needs a lot of chances created for him. But watching him in the Euros, his touch, his hold up play, his movement off the ball, no movement, he's pressing. Nah, he just was not good enough for me. Sesko, there's another one. I don't want to dig too much at him because I actually think there's more of a talent in Sesko than Dovbyk. Let's just get that out there. Like, he is better than Dovbyk by quite a bit. But even Sesko for me wasn't. He was meh. Just not evolved enough. Disinterested. Wasn't he holding the ball up well enough? The ball was just falling off him again. Like, these are things that I watch and I'm thinking to myself, right, you're young, but you need to show me what your overall abilities are. I wasn't seeing it, guys. And yeah, and I agree with what Josh said. The striker market is dead. The striker market is dead. 100,000,001%. Have I just got a Fabrizio message? Let's have a look. Cherky's going to Dortmund, guys. Just to let you know, Ryan Cherky has agreed personal terms and looks like he's advancing in talks with Dortmund. Just to let you know that one. Decision why teams are opting for more attacking style players. Yeah, players that maybe just fit the profile rather than just being a goal scorer, because they're not clinical. None of them are clinical out there, in my opinion. There's no clinical strikers. And that's my problem with it. And it goes on to this next part of all of this, which is we have signed a striker and we've signed a young individual at Barcelona. Marc, I can't say his next part of his name correctly. Guiu? Marc Guiu? That's what I'm going to call it. Marc Guiu has completed medical tests. He's a Chelsea player. 6 million was paid for him. Now, this is one player that's been touted as one of Barcelona's gems. One of Barcelona's gems that they felt were going to take off. Xavi was adamant on keeping him and him being a part of the team, but Xavi's left. And now Chelsea have acted on this and got an agreement in place until 2030. Until 2030 with the young lad, along with Esteval, along with Kenji Payas, along with Kellyman. We signed some real decent young talents for the future. Now, I've watched this boy, lucky enough, because I've been sent a lot from, I think what's his name? Don's been sending me a lot of videos of him. And this boy is talented. He's quick. He's good on the ball, holds the ball up well. He links the play well, and he knows where the goal is. He's not the overall finished article, but for how much we've got him for, I think you've got to give him a chance. He does a lot of the when it comes to being a striker, his understanding of the role is very good for his age. Like, he's very, very good at understanding his role for his age. And there's a good player here. Will he get a chance at this football club? I don't know. But what I like about him is his understanding, the reading. He's got a pace behind. He's good in the air, as Josh just said here. He's good in the air, and he's good in front of goal. And he's got a lot of good things about him. Listen, this is what I want my scouting department to do, guys. Because if the market's crap, like it is for strikers, we need to look for the next things. We need to look for the moving on. And people go, yeah, but all right, they're for the future. If they're good enough, honestly, and this is it for me. If they're good enough at this age and they get themselves into the team, they play. How good are they? Because he's another one that I think could, depending on how he is in pre-season, in front of Maresca, because he's going to be given an opportunity. He wasn't signed for Strasbourg, this guy. He was signed for Chelsea. So this is one that Chelsea recruitment and board, like Esteval and Payas, have put out there and gone, he needs to play. Like, we need to see him force himself into the team. The pressure's there. But he's good. He's not some random just like, I'll give you an example, and I don't think he's a bad player. Datro Fofana, Washington type of striker for me. Washington's a good player, but you could tell he's just good at certain things, but he's just very, very raw. This guy is good, very good at a lot of things, and he's still very young, and he still has room to improve, and he can play with. I think he can play with some of the, against some of the biggest and best oppositions, and probably not look out of position in a good team. So, at the end of the day, I think there's a good chance here that we might be trying to get a striker. I'm not saying we're not getting another striker. Seems like we might still be getting a striker. But to have this as an opportunity as well, for him to go on here and go, right, show us what you got. See if you suit what we've got. Mix with the players we've got around you. Why not? He looks like a good player. Listen, he's come from Barcelona. Technically, they're going to be sound. They're going to be very good at the ball. They're going to be comfortable in receiving. They're going to be comfortable when they're understanding of the game, the technical side of it, the reading side of it. These players are naturally sound. They're brought up in a different way to how players are brought up here. Their style, the way they play, all of it. They just are. They just are. And whether he just plays random games like Conference League, he'd rip up the Conference League for Chelsea, providing we create for him. I'm not even joking. This boy will score goals from what I've seen of him. It's just, where is his potential and how high is it? Because he's good, but can he be good? Does he, stand out in the future? Yeah, I think he does. Look at Yamal. His age, it doesn't matter. This is what I'm saying to you. When you're special, you're special. When you're able to use your body, read the game, use your abilities, it doesn't matter if you're 18 or 23. Like, you've got, you can play. You're good enough to play. You're a problem. Like, you're good. You're just good. And Yamal's a good example of it. Yamal is just very good. That boy is a talent. He's only 16, isn't he? Or 17 or whatever he is. So not saying he's the only striker we're going to have and rely on because we've got him for 6 million. But he is a good player, guys. I'm not joking. They've done very well here. I think there's a good player in this boy. So we'll see what happens with him. Would he force? Now it's down to him. Get yourself in the team, or get yourself a loan, or whatever. Whatever's going to happen. Force yourself in. Show your talent. Show why you should be a part of the team. This is down to him now, because I see it. I can see why we got him. And more Champions goals than Havertz last year. Look it up. This is what I'm saying to you. It's funny. Anyway, staying on to strikers. There's been up and down news in and around this guy, and it was like, yeah, we've got a chance. No, we haven't. Yeah, we got a chance. No, we haven't. Yeah, we got a chance. And today we got more news from the Athletic saying rival clubs try to capitalise on Newcastle's PSR perceived vulnerabilities, with Chelsea making inquiries about Isak. Though Newcastle explored every alternative avenue to keep the striker. Listen, they don't want to lose him. But they might have to sell him because he's one of their most valued players. And it's then that they have to sell him cheaper just because they're forced to. He's £100 million at the moment, supposedly. I think that's too much. I think he's good. I just don't think he's that good. I don't think he's £100 million worth of player. I like Isak. In a way, he's a little bit like Jackson in the way that he plays, carries the ball. He just knows where the goal is more. And he will finish. But you sign him for 100 million, 80 million, 70 million, whatever. He's got to play. You can't rotate players like this. You're spending that kind of money. He's got to start. What does that mean for Jackson? Because then we're hearing about Jackson wanting to potentially move on, potentially leave, which I don't believe, by the way. I don't think Jackson's going anywhere. So, what do you do? So, there is interest there. He is a good striker. I get why we're in there. We've got Jackson. We've got Marc Guiu. We've got others that have got to come back for Fofana, Washington, whatever. They're all not going to get in this team. Some of them are just not ready. Some of them need loans. But what are we doing? Where are we going with this? Because when you're looking at Isak, for that kind of money, even if you get it down a bit, he has to play. He's you're saying he's the guy for the now and the future. And he has to play. to the point where you have to force him. And I listen, I think he'd probably do very well for us, but I don't know how good he is to be doing that. It for me is a no. I'm sure he's different from Jackson and hurt more. He will. He's just better in front of goal. He's better in front of goal, Josh. He will take the chances more than Jackson. His carrying on the ball is, he's good. His dribbling ability is good. He knows how to get in behind. He's just a good striker. He's not £100 million worth, though, for me. He's just a good striker. That's it. Do you know what I mean? Your contacts. Who's sending them? Your contacts? What are you going about, bro? Who's he talking to? Rich Moneymaker and Mr. Chelsea going back and forwards. Antonia Silva. No, not heard of anything. That reminds me of Anelka. Yeah. Nah, he's not worth 100 mil. He's not worth 100 mil. So let's see what happens with that. Now, the news, the signing that we have made, guys. KDH. I thought just delete that. KDH. K to the D to the H has been signed from Leicester to Chelsea. Out the blue, no one expected this, but we got it done. Chelsea complete deal for Dewsbury-Hall. I'm just going to cut it down. It's easier. Dewsbury-Hall to join from Leicester. 30 million move in place. Contract until June 2030. Medical done. On the flip side of this, Chelsea talent Michael Golding will leave as Leicester City sign him for 25 million. Confirmed. Oh, guess what? Chelsea have just signed Dewsbury-Hall for 25 million. Not only have we given him 30, we've given him a player for 5. So we've actually bought him for 25 mil. Like, I'm sorry. Again, that's just great business. It just is. Now, how good is Dewsbury-Hall? This is the question. How good is he? Is he good enough for Chelsea? Who knows? What I do know is there's a very good player in him. He has something, again, that I think is good to have in this team. He creates. He scores goals. Yes, he's still a little bit new to the whole situation. People say, well, he's not been around for long. Yeah, he hasn't been around for long. But nor's Enzo Fernandez when we first bought him. Do you know what I mean? I think it's a good signing. I think it's a good signing for 2 big reasons. Maybe even 3. Big up, Samuel. Good to see you. We've number 1, the fee. To sign one of Leicester's best players from last season with the goals and assists that we're going to look at in a minute. Yeah. To sign him for that. For 30 million. In fact, I'm just going to say 25 because we've just given him Michael Golding for 5 million. So for 25 million. Yeah. For 25 million, we got this guy who's played in the Championship, won things, by the way. All right, it's only Championship trophy, but he's won something. He knows what it takes to win already. Secondly, depth. Depth, guys. People go, and this is why I don't understand the Chelsea fan base. Why are they pulling their hair out about it? What are we doing? You can't miss out on an opportunity for 25 million for a player of his quality. And he has quality. I'm not saying he's amazing. I'm just saying there's a good player there. Maresca knows him well. He knows Maresca. He's the first player who walks into that club knowing what Maresca wants from him, or how he wants to play, and how he does it. And guess what? Maresca's got the best out of him because he's shone under Maresca. So if Maresca's gone, right, I want you in here, it's for it's the challenge. It's for depth. And yes, we've got quite a big midfield. Enzo, Caicedo, Lavia, Sancho. Santos. Why the fuck did I say Santos? Santos, Carney, Gallagher, him. Yeah, 7. It's a lot. Don't get me wrong. But guess what? Right? We've got nearly 72 games next season. Did anyone see what happened last season when we just played Premier League and cup games? Tell me. Come on, let's think about that. Do you remember? We've got nearly 70 or 80 games, 70 to 80 games next season. Why would we not want squad depth? At least of decent quality for how much you're getting him for in the market, why would you say no to that? Why? What does he bring? He scores goals. He assists. His assist levels are very good. In fact, he creates quite a lot. Like, we shouldn't be upset with the signing of someone that's come from, oh, he's a championship player. What are we doing? Oh, my God. What are we doing? Listen, we've done all of our big signings in midfield. Caicedo, Lavia, and Enzo. We spent money. We spent a lot of money in them areas. Now what we're trying to do is be smart. And if we see an opportunity where we can get a talented player in the team who's already played with this manager for 25 million with the stats that I'm going to show you from last year, it's a no-brainer. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? Why are people upset about it? Like, he might not play every game, but he's good for depth. He's good for rotation. He could easily play all the Conference League games for us. Cup games. Easily. If we had to, in an 8. I think he's better in an 8. I think we could see a 3-man midfield with Enzo, Caicedo, him, or Lavia, him, or whatever. But you look at his stats in the Championship. He's played 83 games in the Championship, 15 goals, 20 assists. 20 assists. All right, in the Premier League, he's played 59 times, 3 goals, 4 assists. Obviously, he's starting to develop. He's starting to go down that route of development. Now, look, he's what, 26 nearly? You can say, I wouldn't say develop because I think he's mid-age now. What I would say is improve his overall abilities with a manager who's got the best out of him. Yes, it was Championship football, but you've got to bear in mind, you add him in the mix with good, better players than what he's been around in Leicester, and more creativity, Palmer around him, and Kunku, players running off him, Enzo, creator behind. It's good. So what's the problem? I don't get why we're pulling our hair out. Over 300 people. So what's the problem here? Because, all right, not only is his assist levels and his goal levels good, but so's his injury record. Man, the guy's only been injured once and missed 1 game. Availability is massive. Guess what? We bought Wesley Fofana for £70 million. The guy's only played a quarter of nearly 2 seasons. Oh, yeah, of 2 seasons. A quarter of 2 seasons. And guess what? He's very talented. But we spent the money for it. And he's not even playing. This guy had 1 injury. 1 injury in his whole career. 1 injury in his whole career. I like availability. I like players that are there, available to go. We need something different. We have something different. Guess what we didn't have last season? Nothing different. It was always Gallagher, Enzo, Caicedo. Gallagher, Enzo, Caicedo. Gallagher, Enzo, Caicedo. Carney was in it, but then Carney got injured. So, what are we doing? What are we doing here? And people like this is just a very sleepless way to think. Going with your name. Going with your name. Sorry, mate. Very sleepy way to think. Signing Championship players. What are we doing here? What, a player that plays in the Championship can't be good because he played in the Championship? I don't get this mind process. Like, we don't live in the days of Xavi, Iniesta, blimmin', all of these madmen in midfield anymore, guys. It doesn't happen. It's just not. It's not the same anymore, And like, when you look at what Vince says here about the signing as well, I'm not saying he's a game changer, guys. I'm not. Listen, for me, all it is straight. Good fee signing, low risk because of what we bought him for. Squad depth gives us something else. Thirdly, creates. I like midfielders that create. And on top of that, he has an eye for goal. This boy can score goals. What is wrong with having a player that can score goals, assist, and then it costs you 25 million. And be an option, rotation, at least challenge for a position, up the levels of competition in the team. 72 or 80 games next season, guys. 72 to 80 games next season. Are we alive? Are we awake here? Are we awake? I think Dewsbury-Hall as a left-sided number 8 will make Nkunku as a left winger work. KDH's role for Leicester last season was flexible. He sometimes went outside and allowed Mavdidi to go inside. They interchanged. The same thing they did in the defensive phase. At times, Mavuba will stay up and KDH will cover and support the left back. I think he can do that with Nkunku. They can make a good duo. There you go. Maybe, if he play. But again, it's just my point. It gives you options we don't have. Another creator. We don't need to rely on Cole Palmer or Enzo. Or maybe Reece James if he stays fit. Or Caicedo, because he has got it. Like, we have creativity. Like, it's not this guy because he's just there. He's a good player. He's just good. Like, there's nothing bad about it. Like, I don't get why people are making this a bad signing. What is so bad about this signing? I need to know what is bad. I need someone to tell me in the chat now. If anyone doesn't like this signing, explain to me why it's a bad signing. Because I'm open to listen. And I'm not saying he's the greatest signing ever, but I need to know what people's... I want to know what people's mindsets are. Why is he not good? Give me good reasons, logic. I don't just want to hear, he's a championship player. Like, it's just boring. It's boring. It's very lazy way to think as well. Just tell me. Just tell me. Tell me what you think. Sorry, I'm just sending out the link quickly. I'm just sending out the link. Out it goes. Oh. Like, tell me. I want to know what people say in chat. I thought we now have a head coach. We're buying players for a manager again. We're not, though. How is Tosin for the manager? Tosin was signed to because the board believed he was good enough to play for the club, not a Maresca signing. Yeah, this one might be, might have a bit of an influence from Maresca to a degree, based on his style of play. Doesn't mean we're going to sign every Leicester player, though, guys. Come on, Bobby. Come on, bro. Come on, please. Like, I'm all down for listening to people. Yeah, with things like give me ideas, give me reasons, but like. Now we're saying that we're just signing players for the head coach. We just bought one player. Like, come on, man. We're going to have to trust the process. Literally. KH is a good signing for the price. Very smart signing for all reasons. You said, I just want us to address the striker. And yeah, we do. Listen, it doesn't complete us. We still need to go and sort things out. Striker. We're going to get a left centre-back or a left-back. We've got standard in the midfielder. There's a potential we might even get a winger. I don't know. He is good, bro. If we went to Brighton, teams would be paying 80 million plus next summer for him. It's a fact. Yeah. It's what I'm saying to you. It's a good deal. Like 25 million on the back of giving them 5 million for Michael Golding. You pay 30, you give them another player, 5 mil off, 25 mil. What's the risk? What is the risk, honestly, of having someone that might not play that many minutes, but at least give you an option? Maybe we don't need to play Enzo Caicedo as much. At least he can come on and play. Do you know what I mean? It was actually reported cages were scattered by Maresca just to approve it. Well, there you go. He is average. And well, then tell me who else you want then. Go on. Like, it felt like we have to sign these £100 million players or something. It doesn't work like that anymore, guys. We're not doing this. This is not Chelsea anymore. Chelsea are not doing this. It's different. There's a lot of it is for the future, but they're also trying to think of the now for the competition, and he's one for the now competition. He might not last till 2030. He might be gone in 2 years, maybe 3 years. But, I don't think for the now it's a bad signing. At least he came from Championship 2 and everyone wanted him. It's just lazy. The striker market is dead and we can't expect much this summer. Well, this is what I'm saying. I actually think that the young boy from Barcelona we got could be a good option. It depends how he's at pre-season. He's still young, but he's good. He's a good player. Thought the discussion was about Hall. Oh, no, we're talking about KDH. Would we be looking to replace Carney with Hall if Maresca wasn't there? Would we be looking to replace Carney with Hall? What do you mean, Bobby? I'm baffed. What do you mean? We're not talking about Hall. Why are we talking about Carney and Hall? Instead of buying 2-3 players for 20-30 minutes, instead buy a top player for 89. How many times have we done that, Ishan? And in fact, we've already done that. We can't keep spending 100 mil on players, mate. We spent over 100 million on Caicedo, over 100 million on Enzo. Players like Fofana for 70 mil, Cucurella for 60 odd mil. And Kunku was, I think, 50 or 40 mil. All right, fine. Palmer, these players are still 40, 50 mils. How many? We don't have to always keep signing players for 100 mil. They're trying to be a little bit more smarter with the profile. Listen, again, he's not the best player in the world. He's just a good player. It gives you something different that we've not got. Well, we have got, but it gives us different in the way that the way he creates. People don't realise that even if he doesn't get into the 11, exactly. But there's nothing wrong with that. We're playing 80 games next season. We were playing with a bare thin squad last season. There were some moments where we were playing players like Gallagher with just random people in midfield because Caicedo or Enzo are in. People not understanding. Guys, our squad struggles to keep fit. And I'm praying that Maresca finds a way to continue that. To find a way to make it work where we keep most of them fit for the season and we have this competition and this depth that we can go to on the bench. Then it's down to Maresca to make sure he sets us up properly and creates and this, that, and the other. That's what his job. But when the last 3 seasons, we struggled to get our best players available for most of the season, and we're playing players out of position because we haven't got no depth in the areas like we have done in the past, just playing players anywhere because we've got no choice, and it hasn't worked. We can't keep going down that route, and that's all because we signed one player for 60, 80, 90, 100 million. We've not been smart. Yay, we got a £100 million player. Yay. Oh, shit, we need a left back. Right back. Oh, shit, we need a striker. We need a midfielder. This is my thing. Go and bring depth. We need the depth, guys. I can't understand how we're struggling. We need depth. We need depth. The fans base are saying we don't need him because our midfield is stacked, but they didn't have any problem with us signing Elise, even though our right side is also stacked. Gallagher might not be here still, guys. That's still up for debate. Santos might stay with us, yeah. But guess what? Lavia struggled to keep himself fit last season. So then we've got Enzo and Caicedo. So, and then there's Carney. All right, fine. Carney's another one. But even he got injured last season and was out for God knows how long. So if we're going to play 70, 80 games next season, why not have depth? That's what I get. We're not saying he's the best signing. Oh, my God, he's a great world-class player. This guy has got 20 assists and 15 goals in the championship. He brings something different, man. He brings something different. He's a creator. He brings something different. I think 100 million player makes it good at copium his peak. No, there's no coping. Listen, mate, you're not giving me no answer, Sleeping Buddha. You just keep waffling, mate. I keep asking you, who do you want in the middle? And you just keep waffling like some of these Chelsea fans on it. You just don't give me anything to say, this is what I think we should do. Or this is why we should do that. And this is why I would get him and put him there. You just moan. All you do is just moan about things all the time. Oh, we shouldn't sign him. Oh, why are we getting him? He's not even Chelsea level. Oh, we're doing that. Why? You'd moan at the owners if they took a shit in the toilet. Do you know what I mean? They can't do anything. It's just too much, bro. Like, I'm going to be quite honest with you. AJ, how you doing, bro? Firstly, good to see you as well.
Big up, Jim.
I'm trying to like understand. Like the majority of the chat are happy with the deal. They think it makes sense. 25 million. We're giving them Michael Golden. So even though it was 30 million, it's really 25 because we've managed. He scored 20. He scored 15 goals with 20 assists in the championship. He's one of Maresca's players. We're moaning that we're now signing managers' players again. Why are we doing that? Yeah. How do you feel about it? Are you on the side of like, yeah, it makes sense, or are you the side of like, nah, he's just not good enough? Like, what's your thoughts about it?
Well, when you hear all of those stats that you just read out, like just not even watching the player, you can kind of tell this is a productive player. He can offer something to the team. Then when you actually see him, you see that he has quality on the ball. You see that he could be impactful. So anybody who's in the chat really saying, I mean, if you're not sure about it, then that's fine. But if you're saying flat out, oh, this is a terrible signing, then we can't really take you serious, and we're not going to take you serious. So
it's not that. I'm happy to listen, but you've got to tell me in the chat why we shouldn't be getting this player and who else we should get it. Not go,
bro. Jem,
oh, why are we signing this player? Oh, just tell me why. Why you don't think we should sign the player instead of just waffling? I can't stand it.
No, I hear it. First of all, big up the panel, big up Jem, big up AJ, big up the chat as well. Jem, don't get yourself, bro. These days, like I said, don't get yourself rattled with these sort of guys, because these are the guys that don't watch these players but have such strong opinions, bro. Yeah. If you haven't got a big name, if you're not really known like that, if you've come from the championship, automatically to a lot of these dinosaurs, because that's what they are in football, they're dinosaurs. Yeah, they don't do their own research. All they do is talk. And like you've said, when you're asking them for solutions, problem solve for me, please. Okay, Dewsbury-Hall's funny. Okay, cool, fair enough. You tell me who we should go sign realistically then. They won't tell you nobody, bro. They won't tell you nobody. They'll start telling you Barella and all of these guys. You know what I'm saying? We don't even need a profile like Barella just because he's got a big name. That's what they do. So, bro, don't stress yourself about these guys, bro. Yeah, people did this with Cole Palmer last summer when they didn't know nothing about him. And I kept saying, the guy's a good player. You guys are going to see. Same thing as Dewsbury-Hall, bro. Weeks ago, I spoke about this guy on my channel. I said, whoever lands him next is going to have a top player. That's a player to watch out for.
One second, Don. We bought one player, bro. That's related to this manager. Why are we now saying we're buying players for the head coach? It's not players. Name me other players that we bought other than Dewsbury-Hall. Like, I don't get why we're doing this. Why
the link is obviously the fact that Maresca's managed him before. Yeah, there's a little bit of that, but apparently the recruitment team were already looking at him. But obviously it helps that Maresca's managed him before, and that's where it goes back to the recruitment team trying to find a manager that knows how to work with the profile players that we're bringing in, the likes of Tosin, the likes of Dewsbury-Hall and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is, bro.
I'm looking at a broader issue that we sacked Potts for wanting a say on players, and now we're buying players for the head coach. No, but again, like what Don just said, we were already apparently looking at Dewsbury-Hall. Yeah, all right.
No, but let me reply to that, Jem. Yeah, he's this is the problem. Poch didn't visualize football the way the owners visualize football. Poch isn't gonna go in the market and look for possession style footballers, bro. He wanted Ugarte. A destroyer, yeah, who's gonna go look at Ugarte on the ball and in terms of progressing the ball. He's not good at it. He's like a Declan Rice, similar sort of profile to that. Poch wants a runner like a Gallagher. Yeah, he's not gonna go look for Dewsbury-Hall in the market or look for a Tosin in the market. He'll go look for someone else. That's the difference with Poch there. He didn't want the same sort of profile players as the owners, bro. That's the big difference you're missing out on.
Yeah, and like he said, this is the same people that are literally got their pants down saying these for Archie Gray, which I've seen a lot of. I'm not going to lie. This guy's going Tottenham, by the looks of it, So, like, I just...
You're right, man. It don't matter what these guys do, man, because people have made up their mind about these owners. They can't get their head around the fact that Roman's not coming back. You know what I mean? And in their heads, it's like these owners have fucked about, made so many mistakes, and they can't rectify their mistakes. So it don't matter what they do, Jem. Like, bro, you literally saw in the group chat me going back and forth with my man the other week, yeah, that tried to criticize the fact that they were bringing in a fucking set piece coach from Brentford. Like, are you smoking? What type of crack are you smoking to be trying to criticize the fact that we're bringing in a guy from a club that score a lot of set pieces? Arsenal score a lot of set pieces. They got their guy from Man City, but before that, he was at Brentford. Yeah, they still wanted to complain about that. Yeah,
because they're not putting it together like that. You know, their mind don't work like that, and that's the problem.
This is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, bro. It don't matter what these men do. It don't matter what these men do. Their mind's made up already. So, Jem, you're fighting a lost battle. All you got to do with these sort of people is explain your take. They're not going to come back and say much.
No, wait, so Bobby, explain to me what's clueless about the football model. I need to understand what you think is so bad about it. Tell me what you feel is
4-4-3 was like 2 years ago. Why are you still saying shit like that? Like,
no, I just wanted to explain to me because he's obviously you've made your mind up, Bobby. You don't like these owners,
yeah.
And whatever they do, they can't do anything good. So I'm cool with that. But you need to come to me and say to me, "This is why, Jim," and you need to see my vision. Because until people explain to me properly why they don't like these owners completely, then guys, you're gonna have to take over for me. I've just got to answer the phone. Yeah, 2 seconds. Go on about
yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, go on, AJ. You were speaking about Dewsbury-Hall, bro. What'd you think of it, man?
Nah, I mean, like I was saying, I think people could have concerns or complaints, or not complaints, but just skepticism on the signing of the player. But it can't be based on, oh, he's coming from Leicester, oh, he's playing in the Championship. Like, we've got
Kante from Leicester, bro.
That's what I'm saying. It has to be something like substantiated, you know, something that's like rooted in fact. Like, oh, this guy, I've seen him and he always fails in the final third, or oh, he always misses, like something like that. But like, if you're just saying shit just to say shit, like, we're not gonna take you serious. Like, you're just a troll. You have nothing serious to say, and we're gonna ignore you now. Bring some real criticism that we could have a conversation about.
Yeah.
Then we could go from there. But my views on the player is like, you know, he's a technical player. He's a good player to add to the squad. Though what my concern is him taking away specifically Carney's spot, Carney Chukwuemeka. But besides that, you know, I have no problem with bringing in a good player into the midfield. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. So
exactly, bro.
Nobody can say anything that's wrong with that. You know,
exactly my point. And straight away, one of the main things that Chelsea have been criticized for is the lack of experience in this team. Yeah, a lack of know-how. You know what I mean? You're bringing in a guy that is a seasoned pro, bro. Yeah, he's 25, which is a good age. You know, 26 soon in September. For me, the main problem that I've got with Dewsbury-Hall, is the fact that, for me, I didn't think Chelsea would be signing any midfielders for the first team, you know, because I looked at the options that we've got, and you know how much I like Santos, you know how much I like Carney. I thought, okay, this is going to be the year for them to finally break through and hopefully get the minutes that are needed. But at the same time, I can't act as if Dewsbury-Hall is a bad signing because of the amount of options we've got in midfield. Like I said, I like Dewsbury-Hall, bro. He's basically a Harrods version of Gallagher, bro. Put it that way. He works hard off the ball, but on the ball, he is quality, bro. Yeah. And last season for Maresca, very, very keen how they were playing, right? All the goals that I'm watching, AJ, because like I said, this guy got 26 GA. Yeah. This guy was just involved, bro, picking up the ball from Vardy. So what you get a lot from a lot of the clips that I was watching, you'd get Vardy dropping in deep, and then you'd have Dewsbury-Hall. He would be the one that would take up Vardy's position. So when Vardy drops in deep, he would pop it off to Harry Winks, for example. Harry Winks plays it in between the lines to Dewsbury-Hall. And before you know it, it's just running at guys. Running at guys. He's got Mavididi on the left. You know what I mean? He's got Vardy trying to run back at him as well. You had Fatal on the right as well. Bro, that's how he managed to get so many goals, and the versatility in his goals as well. He can take set pieces. You know what I'm saying? His injury record, I didn't even check it before, but he's only missed one game or something ridiculous like that. You know what I mean?
I remember when I remember when he was in the Premier League with Leicester 2 seasons ago, and I seen him play, and I'm like, you know, he's not really anybody that you're like, oh, this guy, but you see him play, and I'm like, wow, this guy is actually good. You know, he's balling, he could control the game, he knows what he's doing. When you could get a player that's great and good in the final third, and then good as well in the defensive part of the game, you can't really pass up on something like that, especially at 25 million, experience, goals and assists. Like, you can't pass that up. Like, if you want to pass that up, you're not really a football fan. You know,
you're not serious.
Into the hype.
You don't. That's what I have to keep asking these people. Are these people just mad at the fact that they can clearly see that these owners are trying to improve the squad? I honestly feel, I'm starting to feel now, AJ, that there's people that want us to fail. So they can just say, "Oh, I told you I was right about these owners." You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm really starting to feel like, because this guy definitely improves the squad. Like you've said, bro. Yeah, he he brings a level of balance, at a different level that we don't really have at the minute. Because like Josh is saying, Carney, as much as I like him, he's still quite young. He's still rough around the edges in the final third as well. As much as I think he can link up play, he can help break lines. When he came on against Leicester, funny enough, he scored. Remember when Cole Palmer set him up? Yeah, he scored that goal. But there's times where I'm looking at him and he's a little bit rough around the edges a bit. It will come with age, you know what I'm saying? But for me, you're looking at a guy that's ready to go and understands the system already. I don't understand how you can overly criticize. The only criticism that I've got, like I said, is the whole stockpiling thing. But then again, we've already seen how we've struggled with injuries, bro. We are struggling to keep most of our team fit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Most of our team has not been fit for time.
He was balling on us.
Yeah, but when we played these lot, when we played them, he was balling out, bro.
Yeah.
Dewsbury-Hall was bossing our £100 million signings that were big names.
Assemble the youngest, shortest team in Europe if you plan to win. Trophies are not won by under 23s. You do not.
He's 25 though. He's about to be 26. So
and he's not even a midget though. I don't get it. Like he's not.
That argument is already cooked. Then we signed Tosin. Isn't Tosin like 6'5" or something like that? So
Tosin's tall, bro.
What are we talking about?
The biggest problem with all of this, I'll be honest with you, is, and this is not Bobby's. Listen, Bobby, thank you for coming back and sharing your thoughts. I appreciate it. It's good for you to come in and share your thoughts. But I don't think people fully are deep in the market. How the market's been, like it's like, and this is the thing. We look at the striker situation, Bobby.
Clear is funny.
For 3 years now, we've struggled to get a striker, right? Since Lukaku, right. Every time we've gone into the market, how many experienced, top quality strikers have been available? That because this is what you're saying. You're saying we shouldn't be signing young players. We should be signing the best of the best, or players that are experienced, 28, 29, scored loads of goals across Europe, whatever. Like, fine. So if we're having a problem in the striker market, and it's a big problem, it has been for 3 years, let's have a look at the defense market. How many defenders have been available of the quality that he's talking about in the past? Maybe De Ligt, to a degree. I can make maybe Mark, right?
He's a heavy brother as well. He's a heavy one, bro. Fuck that.
Yeah, exactly. So, my point being is, it's not always, and I get what he's saying. You can't just rely on youth to just win you things for the future. The reason he's saying that is because it's never really been done. Because no one's doing what Chelsea are doing, and that's what it is. And people are worried that it's just they just assume that it's just gonna flop because no team in the world has just bought a load of young players and then they just won it for them. Do you know what I mean? But then that's a fact. You look at the prime Barcelona teams. A lot of their players came from their youth. Iniesta, Xavi, Messi. Like people don't realize. Like,
you're good enough.
They started somewhere to get where they did.
And the thing is, for me, Jem, I don't. The thing is, people are overly obsessed with this age thing anyway. Because for me, age doesn't determine how experienced you are, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it definitely doesn't determine how good you can be as well. Yamal, perfect example, bro. The guy is 16 years old, and no one even cares about the age because he's good enough. You know what I'm saying? You've got Bukayo Saka, who's not even 25 yet, and he's got over 200 appearances, bro, playing in the league. You know what I mean? But if you're looking at him on paper, by Bobby's logic, we shouldn't be going for a player like Saka because he's young. You know what I'm saying? But you got to look at the experience that they've got. You know what I mean? That's what you got to look at. Reece James. Go look at Reece James, bro. Even with the amount of injuries the guy's got, he's young, but he's still got a lot of experience, bro. You got to look at the experience that they've got rather than their age. That's what you're
talking about the now, Bobby. This is your problem. You're looking always in the now. We need to win. Yeah, I get that. But these men ain't thinking about just the now. These men are thinking about 3, 4, 5 years down the line. That's
rightly so. And rightly so, Jem.
I'm not saying that's going to be that what they're doing is right and it's going to work. We don't fucking know yet. Let's be serious. We don't actually know if this is all going to pay off or not, right? But I can see what they're trying to do. And by signing Esteval, Marc Guiu, the Barcelona player, Kendry Páez, these players ain't crap players, bro. Like you can see, like these are talented young boys that if they get an opportunity at maybe a bigger club, which they will at Chelsea at some point, especially the other two, Esteval and Páez next season, all right, they might not run straight away, but you're going to see it's going to be a big difference in the squad. And if they then do a Yamal and just get into the squad because they're that good, guess what? Like, we've bought these players for how much? Next minute, a season or two, they're like well-beers. That's the aim. I think they're trying to go with it. Like, do you know what
Ask
I mean?
it, Bobby. You tell us. You list all the names right now. Yeah, you list all the names right now that you would bring in, bro. Because at the end of the day, the reality of the matter is, yeah, this squad is not getting flipped, bro. That's the reality. So you need to deal with it. That's what a lot of these guys that just criticize everything, Jem, struggle to deal with. They struggle to deal with the reality of the situation. Yeah. Right now, as it is, you tell us who you're bringing in that has all this experience in the world, this age that you've got, and is a winner. List all the names, bro. We're listening.
Real Madrid, yeah. Look at Real Madrid as well. They're slowly going to the U. People don't.
We're literally trying to copy their model.
Real Madrid, all right, they've got Rudiger and Cruz, and they've got some experience in there. You look at their overall squad; it's it's young. It's a
bro, the thing. This is what I'm saying. Like for me,
Jude Bellingham's come out of nowhere, really, when you think about it. Like since Dortmund, like, do you know what I mean?
This is the thing, though, Jem. As much as we won a lot of trophies with Roman, we could have actually won a lot more with Roman. Because at that time, yeah, even John Terry, Frank Lampard, and I've spoken about it before. People try to say, "Oh, why are you trying to slander Roman?" These lot have all said that we could have won a lot more if there was a little bit more stability. Yeah, yes, people look at it from an outside point of view and say, "Oh, yeah, Roman's model used to work. Used to sack a manager and just bring in another one and win more." But end of the day, if we kept someone like an Ancelotti, for example, we could have won a lot more with Ancelotti, in my opinion. We could have actually dominated. Yeah. Like the way Man City have, right? Because Roman was very much short-minded and thinking, yeah, I need to win now. And fair enough, at that time it worked, but eventually it got to a point where that method expired. That's why you had Roman, before he got sanctioned that final year, that was the longest he went without winning the league. And you could clearly see that we regressed overall because we weren't competing for the league after that period, bro. After 2017, we didn't compete for the league again. You know what I'm saying? We were basically just a top 4 team and was winning and we was going for cups. You know what I'm saying? That's all we were doing. And if we didn't win the Champions League, people, let me just remind you before these owners didn't come in, yeah? If we did not win the Champions League, the following year after that, it would have been 6 seasons with no trophy. Maybe then people would have woken up and said, you know what, there's actually a deeper problem at Chelsea. That Champions League papered over a lot of cracks. Right? And what these owners are doing right now is they're trying to build a longer term model, right? But at the same time, in the short term, bringing in the likes of Dewsbury-Hall, the likes of Caicedo, the likes of Enzo, that should still be enough to compete on all fronts, bro. I don't understand how you're not seeing the vision, bro. I really don't.
Yeah. I mean, look, we've all got our own opinions and what we think is going to work, not going to work. And I'm not downbeating what they're saying. They could be right. This could all be a shambles in the next 3-4 years and go against us. It could happen. But all I'm saying is, for what they're doing at the moment and what I'm seeing, I'm judging them what they're doing and how they're moving. I don't think the sign of someone like KDH is a bad thing to do when you look at what we're trying to do in terms of the depth. 80 games next season. Guess what? Last season, we struggled to have a fully fit squad with just Premier League games and a couple of cup games. So, like, what we're doing here, you know what I mean? Like, I can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to make sure we have options. And if they can get good, smart little deals done and give some players that they don't want from the youth, like they've done with Michael Golding, 5 million, there you go. We'll take 30 million Dewsbury. Oh, we signed him 25 million for Dewsbury-Hall. 20 assists, 15 goals. Like,
and let me tell you something, Jeb. If this guy went to Arsenal right now to play in that left centre mid role, he will help them win the league, bro. Yeah, he will help them push and try win the league because that's still a massive hole that they've got. Yeah, if he was playing there with Martinelli and that, yeah, he would push on and help them. He could start for Liverpool for me. If he was under, like, with a Klopp, for example, I don't know what Arne Slot's going to do at the minute. There's a couple of teams I'm looking at that he would start for, bro. He would start for Tottenham for me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's not a bad deal. It's honestly not a bad deal, bro.
Another thing is, when you look at the player and then you look at the squad that we have, what player in our squad can provide you from midfield, can provide you, double-digit goals and assists? What player?
If you are in the championship.
I don't care.
Here we go. What players? Okay. Declared. Name me all the midfielders.
Can I come in?
Name me all the midfielders in the championship.
I name me all of them. You let out all the vision. I bet you if I look up your video, what you said when the owners came in, yeah, you said we tired of challenges by this season, right?
Nope.
Don't give me you saw the vision now, right? You couldn't be that blinded now. If I pull up what everyone said,
what are you talking about?
Everyone thought that will be tired challenges, right? From the first season. Right, in 3 seasons' time.
Where did you hear that from me? Where did you hear that from me?
Wait, Declared, who are you saying said that? Because I never said
everyone.
That. No, I didn't. Don't do that. No, I did not.
Man said that. Man said everyone. These times I wasn't even on YouTube.
Let me be. Everyone was optimistic that we will be in a good place in 3 seasons from when the owners came in, from the business they did, right? We also young players. We said, yeah, give it some seasons, but by now, no.
Don't talk for me. You're not talking.
Don't talk for me either. Don't talk for me either.
I'm going to talk for every people that you're criticizing.
Are we in a better situation than when they came in right now? Would you say that? Or
because you know how Don said, if Roman was still here, you know, 7 seasons without a trophy, we'll still be, you know, in a crisis. We're still in that same crisis. Yeah, you know what? If we finish mid-table 2 seasons in a row, that's a crisis too. Yeah. So I want you to understand there's a point of view, because I think you guys are missing the point from other people's anxious feeling, right?
No, I'm not. They're not explaining to me. So come and explain to me.
I'll explain it, and people can say if it's on point or not. This is my opinion on what people.
No, go on, drop your opinion. I know. Listen to it. Go on.
Yeah, and it's more about what I think is going on with everyone else. Yeah, maybe it's not entirely my opinion.
Go on.
Is that what we've been used to, right? We're not getting that no more. And what other clubs are used to is when shit goes bad, a response. A new player comes, like Man United. The reason they've had bad owners for a long time, because every time they did badly, they bring in good players. People feel optimistic about it, and it kind of paves over the cracks, right? Everyone now, after the seasons we just had, mid-table, yeah. People just want players to come in that they can feel good about the season, yeah. When you start getting young players or championship players, I mean, hey, these are all good businesses when you're doing all right. But people feel like we're not making a change. These are essential gambles. Every player's a gamble, but these are more risky gambles, and there's no concrete, yeah. But if you get that, if we got Osimhen, everyone will get right behind it. Everyone will start saying, you know, we're going to challenge top 4. You
wouldn't say Osimhen's a bigger gamble. You don't say. If you're paying $100 million, how are you going to tell me that that's a better?
Well, the reason you pay more is
we've done the same thing with Lukaku. What happened with Lukaku?
You remember my stance on Lukaku, yeah?
No, listen, people want us to spend money, but
you can't use Lukaku against me. I was against it from the get-go.
No, I'm just saying, I'm not using it.
Not against you. You're over here representing the fan base. So now we bring.
I said every player's a gamble, yeah, AJ.
All right, yeah, go on.
No, then you went to the level of gamble. Then you went to the level of gamble, and that's
so the reason you pay more is because the player's a bit more proven, right?
Okay.
Essentially.
Yeah, okay.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
I agree that every player's a gamble, right?
Yeah.
And there's many examples of that, and there's way more examples why big clubs aren't flocking to lower leagues and unproven players, right? Because they're unproven. There's nothing that's clear as day. Everyone knows that, right? That's all I'm just saying. When you have such bad seasons, right? And it's hard to feel optimistic when it like
so Dewsbury-Hall's unproven then. Dewsbury-Hall's an unproven player.
Drew's a good player, right? But unproven in the Premier League, right?
He literally played in the Premier, and a lot of rivals were saying.
But Don, I'm not talking about Dewsbury. I'm talking about all the business that we're doing.
Wait, so what's your thoughts on Dewsbury-Hall? Do you like him or not? Just out of that.
Yeah, I like him. Okay, but I'm just saying that I'm not sure that he can. How. Like I feel better that he's played under the manager. So
okay, all right,
he's going to be more.
Yeah.
He's going to be the player that can maybe help everyone else, and maybe when everyone else is learning, he might shine. Like that. That's how I feel about him. Yeah, it's not that. Okay. I think I'm just getting like the players we're getting, and there's there's the fan base. There's a side of the fan base. What you guys were saying, I don't get it. I think it's just growing after each player. There isn't this knockout player that we can all get behind.
I agree. I can agree with that point. I can agree with that point. That frustration comes from that, because even myself, I was hoping that we would get players of a certain level or a certain age experience. But at the same time, you got to be able to understand the strategy, and not every fan has the ability to understand the strategy, and that's where the frustration comes from. And you could read these comments and see that they're not fully understanding the vision.
So this is and I back what AJ's saying, exactly what I was about to say. The issue in all of this is you've got one side of the base which just don't see anything good that this home ownership's doing, because of what's happened up to this point. And I get that. None of that gets ignored, by the way. I understand it.
Facts.
But then there's the other side of it of people that are saying, well, this makes sense. And we're talking about the now. This is why we've done that. Okay, that's a better move for doing that. Yeah, and people they're not understanding it. And then they're moaning because the people that are actually trying to explain what they think they're trying to do, they're not willing to take in here because they don't want to hear it. That's the problem. We're not saying,
and it hasn't come
I'm
from the
right,
top.
you're right. We're saying this is what we think they're trying to do, and this is what we're hoping will happen in it. At the end of the day, we're all Chelsea fans. We all want our club to be fucking successful. End of. Yeah. So we're not all going to have the same opinions, and I respect that. But if you're going to come to me with your opinion, like with something, it's got to have some valid opinion behind it so that I can sit and visualize it and understand what you're saying. But when people sit there and go, we should sign, like I saw someone earlier in chat, we should stop signing £20 million players and getting £100 million player. What are we doing? Like,
I wonder with his logic, let's just dump Gusto then. Let's just get rid of Jackson then.
This is my problem.
Because no one knew about them like that. No one knew about them like that, Jem. You know, last season when we signed these guys, and it was the same thing then. You know what I mean?
And most clubs right now aren't buying big players. You don't see clubs buying big players like that.
But Vic, you're just choosing not to listen, bro. I'm sorry. You don't want to listen to what anyone has to say. You won't take it in. So there's no and I'm cool with that. Like, I'll listen to your opinions. I was reading your comments just now, brother. But you're not listening to what anyone else has to say about what they think.
This is what you do. This is what happens then, Jem. This what happens, Jem. When you explain things because you can actually understand things critically, you can actually analyze things critically, they try to call you, or you're being optimistic. You know what I'm saying? So basically, what these people want you to do is to sit around and just complain all day. Yeah, oh, they're not signing big names. Instead of just getting up and saying, you know what? I don't know about this guy. Let me go do some research. You know what I'm saying? Okay, KDH, how's he going to help the team? You know what I'm saying? These lot just like to complain, and they don't come with nothing to solve nothing, Jem. I'm telling you. But I don't bother them no more, bro.
It's not speaking for the owners. It's giving you an idea of what we think the plan is when we're signing this Barcelona young striker and Esteval and players. We all know we're not all stupid. All of us as a fan base know that they're for the future. There's nothing wrong with signing for the future. The market is shit. People not understand it. It's not as good as people think it is. It's not the same anymore.
See, Jem, this is the thing.
I would say, why don't we get prime Benzema, prime Lewandowski that's out there? They're not there. They're just not there. So what do we do? What we do?
Hold on. I thought we brought in the people to find those players, right?
This is what they're doing.
Exactly.
Look,
this is what
let me say what people are doing. I find very normal after the seasons we have, right? It's a normal reaction, whether they're right, wrong, this, that. The thing, what you're saying, the plan hasn't come from the high up. Todd Bowley didn't come out and say, this is the plan, we're going to do it. So people's interpretation of the plan can be very different, right? We don't look stable. We're changing managers nonstop. We don't look like we have a plan.
Yeah,
and then we're trying to find bits and pieces of the plan. We're trying to blame who, whether it's the manager, whether it's higher up, whether it's players, right? We're very fractured. Like, no one knows what the plan is because Todd Bowley never came out and goes, right, our club can be similar to everyone trying to, polarize. Oh, we could be Man City, or we could be, Leipzig, where we just sell, in the future, we can have a team and then that gets picked off. No one knows.
Yeah, I agree.
No one knows what's really going on. And when we're finishing,
they were very clear from the beginning.
Everyone's got the anxiety, right? Of not knowing and
for the future,
seeing these players that are unproven, right? They go, I don't know this guy, and look, what are we doing? And there's a very anxious feeling, right? If we start winning, it all goes away. When we start losing again, it all comes back. That's where I think the people are at, right?
Yeah, I agree with that. But then what we should do as a fan base is try and sit there with each other and say, right, like I agree with a lot of
what I'm saying. It's not a mystery why people can't. Yeah,
I agree with a lot of what you just said there about them getting things wrong. I'm not happy with the way this club's been run the last 2-3 years. No,
no.
Do I honestly think they want the best for what they're trying to do? Yeah, I do think they're going to try, and I also do think they've got an idea of what they want to do. Yes, and it does kind of, in a way, third year in, it's starting to paint a picture of what they're trying to do because of the signings that they're making and the individuals that they're bringing in. Yeah, the issue is people just want us to sign the best thing since gravy that you can find in the market all the time, and it's not happening anymore. They're not doing that, and that's the issue, I feel, because people want to see an Osimhen or, you know, if whatever name they can think of, you know, that's going to cost loads of money in the club, and I don't think it's going to work.
And let me don't let me start going back and reminding people of the big names that Roman signed that was scrubs. Don't let me do that, bro, because I'll do that. You know what I'm saying? Because people would think everything was rosy beforehand, bro. Roman signed a lot of scrubs, bro. A lot of scrubs.
Hey, Don, I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair to bring Roman's name.
I will bring Roman's name. I will bring Roman's name.
Stability.
I will bring Roman's name into it. Because just because Roman won us a lot of trophies doesn't mean that he can escape criticism, bro. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that.
But compare the seasons we had now, or compare the ownership entry, right? Or compare even the last season of Roman to where we're at now, right? We don't come close, right? If the owners had, because my criticism was these guys didn't know nothing about football, right? And they were going to bring their little the small-minded American sports, which is they call it world sports, but it's confined to their own country, to everywhere else, right? I've seen it done before, right? They thought they had a mad idea, and all they needed to do was just bring stability, and then bring all these players you want to do, but have some stability, and so we can compete. You don't just come in and we just finish back-to-back mid-table, right, and spend the most money, right? And there's nothing to say that we don't finish mid-table again, right? That's where I think the anxiety is. There's none of these signings, nothing that the club is doing at the moment, right? That makes me feel like
declared we were 5
we're going to
points
finish
of
top
Champions. Can I just say something, right? As shit as we were last season, we were 5 points of Champions League.
I agree, Jem, but I don't think none of those teams are going to be as shit as they were last season.
Oh, we hear this every season, man.
So wait a sec.
Don't worry about other teams. We don't play those other teams every week.
When you have a bad season,
right? One second. If we would have had let me ask you this personal opinion again. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
If we had a fully fit squad for most of the season, and in Nkunku, Reece James, the players that are important, it would have finished mid-table. Truthfully.
And Nkunku, who'd you say? Sorry.
Nkunku, Reece James, Lavia,
just everyone fit.
The ones that Fofana, Wesley Fofana, these individuals that are very important that we spent a lot of money, well, some of them a lot of money on. Who like, where do you think we would have finished with them in the team?
We would have finished top 4. I think we would have, like, how we were going the preseason, at least be more stable team, right?
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Just said top 4, though, didn't you? You just said top 4. Sorry? You just said top 4, didn't you? But then you just said, "Oh, I'm getting fit of us finishing mid-table." So you've answered your own question. If we had a fit squad, we would have finished in top 4.
There we go.
Yeah. So now we're starting again, right? So we did that, and now I I feel like this is going to be like how kind of like Sarri
we didn't even finish mid-table. Why are we saying mid-table? We finished 6th, bro. Mid-table was like 10th onwards, bro.
I'm just
it's 6th to mid.
Mid-table sounds better to them.
Yeah. Like,
listen,
we finished
mid-table the whole thing,
bro.
We didn't finish mid-table, bro. Like, I'm not happy finishing 6th, but we didn't finish mid-table.
All
right, listen. You can go off that, yeah. I say mid-table, right? Because mid-table is where we were, right? And because of how bad everyone else was, they gave us a chance to climb up, yeah. Any other season, we would be mid-table.
And we were bad.
If you want to be optimistic,
we gave them a chance to be above us.
If you want to be optimistic, this was the easiest season to get top 4, right? Now, like if you want to be blinded to our issues, right? Like, we can win. Look, I've been on here get criticized for criticizing a 3-0 game, right? And when we play badly, and then that was under Potter, and then we started losing everything, right? This still doesn't change the point, right? That we don't feel good about going into every season, right? And now, whatever you said about last season, what we could have, should have, this and that, it feels like we're starting again under a new manager.
That would have been progression, though, wouldn't it? Would that have been progression under the owners if we had actually had a fit squad and got Champions League?
Yeah, it's the same reason why I wrote in the chat, we need $100 million striker. Like, our striker problem has been here since the end of Roman, right? It's been
before.
Yeah. So why we spent 100 million on a defender, 100 million on a midfielder? Why not throw 100 million at a striker for the problem that's been sacking? Bro, I feel like if we had someone that can score goals, imagine that, yeah. So if we had someone that score goals, we would have managers stay here. I'm saying it's the biggest problem and we're not addressing it.
But who? Because we're moaning at the board and the recruitment for not signing the next big thing.
$500,000 should have went through.
Who?
500,000 should have went for all strikers, 5 strikers. And see which one make it. Something like that.
Yo,
Which
the
means
clears, man.
Declared, I love it, man. He's
someone
so
doesn't
solid.
score, gets dropped.
It's
Next
crazy
person.
talk, man.
Declares like, if
It's
you can't get
crazy,
100
but
million one, get 5.
It's
and one
crazy,
of them
but
will
it's been
come
the
good.
biggest problem, yeah?
He's going on ratio. He wants 5 strikers. One of them hopefully coming good. Do you know what I mean? Let's go.
If you have a problem,
Isn't that what
Declare,
we're essentially doing?
if you have a
We're getting all
problem
these
and
young
there's no
players.
solution, what
Yeah.
what do you do? Besides, outside of football, if you have a problem declared and you don't have a solution, what do you do?
Just in general, you mean, AJ?
Yeah, just in general. Just in general.
I come up with a solution.
Like, this is what I'm saying. You can't just throw money at shit. Money just doesn't solve everything. You understand what I'm saying? You got to start getting creative after a while, you know. So we already tried the 100 million at a striker. We tried. Last year we got a striker for 30 million. He performed 10 times better than our $100 million striker.
Facts.
AJ, I agree.
Wow,
so we
that's
brought in the Brighton guys.
So in
They'll
his
find
first
this
season,
cheaper striker.
Jackson performed better than a guy that Roman signed for how much again? Havertz?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Havertz, Lukaku, and I wanted Lukaku, and Jackson fried Lukaku season easily, you know. So it's like,
But look, we can go back and forth because it is a type of game where players have worked out, players haven't worked out.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Transfers are factors of, you know, there's different factors on transfer prices, but money, you need money to, if there's a sure thing, right? If there's a striker that's, you know, out there that's clear, there isn't, right? You'd say, you know, like remember the Lukaku Haaland debate. Everyone was about that. That was $100 million striker, and that was clear. No one said why we're spending this much money.
Yeah,
why don't
because
we
it
go
was
buy a
Haaland
$30
and
million
Lukaku
striker?
in the market. Well, I don't think Haaland. Listen, I wanted Haaland. I've always wanted Haaland.
Same.
Was my big argument. I didn't want Lukaku at that time. I was one of the small.
And we were a more complete team at that point.
Yeah,
we were a more complete team looking for that crown in the
but my question to that is, going on what AJ's saying is, since Haaland and right, throw Lukaku in there, talking to the market now, what credential striker in this market is of that level of Haaland? So, because there isn't. So you're spending 100 million. There is. Did you say?
No, there isn't. But I was going to say, what about what the manager needs? What the type of striker he needs?
So the market value for the 100 million pound player then was credible because Haaland was worth it. All right, I didn't think Lukaku was, even though we spent the money, but he was top goal scorer in Europe at that time, banging in goals, a bit like Osimhen. But look at Osimhen's price right now, 120 million euros release clause. So other than him, where do we go? You know,
you know what's funny, Jem? Is that this ownership would have went all in on Haaland because of his age and what? Yeah, like no. If it was like if the ownership was here, this is the criteria that would have fit him. But I mean, what if there's a striker that the manager needs and that fits his play style?
What if that's what we're doing right now?
Well,
I hope there's that person because it's a position.
What if that's what we're doing right now? Like, listen,
it's literally about profiles. It's literally about profiles. It's someone. It's very clear.
It's profile based. It's not really about how many goals.
And if he gets
it's profile.
I don't think he gets to choose. Like, I mean, he just has to work with what he got, what they give him as well. We don't know what's going on.
You will definitely have a say, man. I don't buy this. I don't buy this whole yes man thing where people literally take people. That's what I'm saying. People are very polarized in their thinking and they're very, very dramatic. You know, oh yes man. You know, say yes man. So he's not gonna have any say whatsoever. You know, in these things, bro. Yes man is just a connotation of working together in harmony with the owners and visualizing football in a similar way, bro. That is why
he doesn't have the final say. That's what it is. He doesn't have the final say, but you know, that's normal in business.
And he won't be the one. He won't be the one that's out there scouting guys and trying to do the recruitment, bro. But when it comes to discussions and that, he'll be involved in the discussions, bro. He will definitely be involved.
And imagine we sign like we have done already. We sign players like we have Marc Guiu from Barcelona, right? He's getting an opportunity at Chelsea. Imagine this boy takes his chance. Let's just say 6 million euros. 1 year later, this guy's worth 35 million. Like it's possible because there's a space there for him to have a chance. This is why they're giving him a pre-season. My point is, we might get a couple of players like that. We don't get all of them like that, I don't think every young player we sign, we're going to make tons of profit on. I don't. I think we will loan. The majority will get. Someone will get loaned. Hopefully, some will perform like they did, like Maatsen did and Hall. Eventually we'll get some interest. If they're not ready for Chelsea, we don't think they're a part of what we're going to do, we will flip and sell them. It is a business. That's what they are doing. Yes, because they're creating revenue for themselves by signing younger players and trying to go down that route of either if they don't get in Chelsea, then you loan them and then we flip them.
See, Jem, so please put Bobby's comment up after as well, please. Put Bobby's comment up. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm talking about. There's actually no point of us even having a debate then, Bobby. There's no point of us having a debate because everything they do, you'll just reject it, bro. You'll just dismiss it. I don't think Bobby's a real person. I don't think you exist, bro. Bobby, we'll send you the link. I want to speak. I want to speak with you. I want to speak with you, Jem. Try send Bobby the link so we can actually have a discussion. Because for you to try to say that these lot haven't got a vision when you can see the profile of players that we're buying, it's crazy, bro. I don't know what type of hate this is, but bro, you will sleep better at night if you just learn to accept things and have a little bit more critical thinking. Bro. It's crazy. I don't know what these lot did to you, bro. I don't know what these lot did to you, bro.
I think he's. I know he's one of Johnny's fans, so I think.
Of course he is.
But listen, no issues. I've got respect for Johnny. I've got respect for you and your opinions. Listen, I disagree with it slightly. Yeah, I do think we are looking over negative about everything too much. Some of us as a fan base, and I understand your worries about that. But it's not going to help us moving forward. We've got to try and ultimately get behind this team as a fan base, and try and see where we can go with this. There is a lot of good players coming into this club, guys. Yes, they're very young. I understand that. But the market's not allowing us to sign a new Lewandowski, a Lewandowski in his prime at scoring 45 goals or a Benzema, in his prime scoring whatever. It's just not the same market. So we're having to approach it a little bit different and think about maybe trying to find. And this is what makes me laugh. We always moan about the market. If you can't find someone that's quality and scores loads of goals, what are the scouting department doing? Do your job. Well, let them do their job now. I'm not saying that every signing that they've brought in young is going to be great, but some of the ones that they have, like this Argentinian defender that we're looking at, he looks like a decent player. Like from what I've seen of him, on the ball, comfortable, this, that, and the other. Like I like all that. This striker from Barcelona, like Don's been sending me loads of clips in the group chat of the type of player he is, how he controls the ball, how he reads the game. You can tell, being brought up from the Barcelona scouting department, the young scouting department, and playing, it's a different type of technical game over there compared to what it is here. He's naturally comfortable, playing, receiving the ball, reading the game, getting in behind. He understands his role as a striker very well, and he's only 18.
Like, he doesn't play like an 18-year-old, bro.
And he doesn't play like an 18-year-old, and he scored more goals than apparently Kai Havertz in the Champions League, which is crazy. So, not that it's a big thing, but my point is, I can see what they're trying to do. They're not just getting everyone; they're getting specific individuals that they feel are going to be hopefully big hitters in the future at this club. And if they are, they'll be playing for Chelsea.
I'm telling you, Jem, we could win the Carabao Cup next season, and comfortably get into the top 4. And they say, but it wasn't the Champions League, even though we weren't even fucking in it. That's what I'm saying. They'll start saying we didn't win the Champions League though. We can win the Champions League, but they say, but we didn't win the double. I can't wait to see how they're gonna keep moving the goalposts when things start to happen. When things start to click and things start to happen, I would love to see their takes then. You know what I mean? Because right now you're not trying to understand. You're not trying to understand, bro. You're not trying to understand.
Going down with this shit, bro.
He wants a transfer ban. This isn't about recruiting players. It's about stopping them from digging deeper into a youth model that will.
Bobby, you a real one. I'm not gonna lie.
Bobby, listen,
it's just petty, man. It's just petty.
You've got your mind fixed that it's going to be a fail. Fair enough. You might be right, bro. Maybe we will falter, but listen. There's a lot of people, rivals that I've spoken to of recent through the years that are worried about where Chelsea are moving at the moment. Shit, you got that Esteval guy and that Payas guy and that guy from Barcelona. I've watched him. He's actually really good. Like people are noticing Chelsea signing all these young players and seeing what we're doing are a little bit worried that these boys in the next future could be big issues. I hope it is. Listen, I'm sure, Bobby, as a Chelsea fan, you want Chelsea to be successful. Yeah, whether you're wrong or right in all of this, we want to be successful.
But Jem, that's what I said to you earlier. But I was saying to AJ, I feel like that cult. I call them little cult. I feel like they purposely don't want us to see success anymore to prove a point about these owners. That's how I honestly
Come
feel
on,
now, bro.
Don, man. No one.
That's how no, bro. No, bro. It's facts,
I
bro.
get that's how it feels. I get that's how it feels, but no one wants it. You know, come on. You know,
Man
people
said
don't-
about data. He had no idea. Do you know all clubs use data, bro? Do you know all clubs use data, bro? I don't think you understand. All clubs use data, bro, to do their
I
scouting.
just hope, Bobby, if we do start winning and we do turn around and we start progressing as a team, that you'll come in here and be happy for what you're seeing. From
We ain't gonna see Bobby.
ownership.
If you want to see
Does
Bobby,
Bobby
bro,
like any player?
we ain't gonna see Bobby again, bro. He's gonna make a new account and then he's gonna start celebrating with us, bro. He ain't gonna do it on this account, yeah.
Does
No,
Bobby
Hey,
like
but-
any players in
Hey,
the
but
squad?
listen, it goes both ways, Don.
could be right,
Just
though. You
because
could
you're
be right.
optimistic that and we win, just you're on the right side of history on when we start winning. We're at a place, right? That's why I empathize with whatever people are saying, that there's no one right or wrong, because we had bad seasons, really bad seasons.
Yeah, of course, I agree with
And
that.
there is no clear direction. There is no clear plan come from the club. I mean, come from the higher up to say this is what we're doing. All we're just saying is just a whole bunch of young players, right?
How is there not a
that
clear
we're hoping
plan?
come
This is
good
what
one day.
I don't agree with this. I don't agree with this notion that there isn't a clear plan when there is. There literally is a
there is a
clear plan.
plan.
They
For
said
them,
this
there
from
is a
day
plan.
one.
Yeah,
Todd
there is a
Bowley literally sat there in front of everyone when they bought Chelsea and said, we are going to be looking at the best young talent all over globally and looking to buy them. Yeah, some of them will make it at the club, but a lot of them will be flipped for profit. And he spoke about specifically Chelsea being a big club, and he said how Roman didn't tap into a lot of areas with Chelsea to make a lot more money. Because people forget, yes, there's football. There's, you know, you're looking at the pitch, you're looking at the players, you're looking at the manager. There's that side of the game, but people forget that there's a business side of the game. Yeah, if you want us to be investing in all of these big names and whatnot, eventually, bro, you have to be making money, bro. Yeah. And if you're able to flip a lot of these young players that are not going to be able to make it at the club,
it's good.
Yeah,
It's good news.
It's good, bro, because you're going to reinvest that into the club. You know what I'm saying?
Don,
and like I said,
that
for
quote
me,
was the marketing
hold on.
side, not the player side.
Hold on, Declared, yeah. And for me,
Okay,
I spoke to CB about this on my channel. Me and CB did a debate, and we spoke about how they can rectify mistakes. Yeah, one of the main things that I spoke about this summer to rectify mistakes was by sacking Poch. Yeah, sacking Poch and bringing a manager that knows how to work with these players. Because no one's gonna look at this team and tell me this team's shit. I'm sorry. Yes, there's a few players like Desarcy that for me he should get sold. Mudryk right now hasn't really impressed anyone, to be fair. Like, I can see the potential, but he's not ready. You know what I'm saying? But everyone else that I'm looking at, most of them, they've been either good players for the first team to be starting or good enough to be in the squad to help us play better. You know what I'm saying? All it was is very similar to Southgate. Everyone can see what Southgate does to England with the players that he's got. But when it comes to Chelsea, all of a sudden, it's they're signing shit players and they're not looking at the manager. That's what I kept saying. We need to bring in a manager that knows how to work with these players. They're doing that. Yeah. Then I said we need to bring in a little bit more experience. We need to bring in a little bit more height. They've done that with Tosin, yeah, and he knows how to work with Maresca. He knows how to play that style of football. They're bringing in a Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall who can score from midfield and assist from midfield, has a little bit more experience and knows the system. You know what I mean? They're bringing in a set piece coach from a team that score a lot of set pieces. They're doing things that I want them to be doing to try and rectify mistakes. Because guess what? Last season we conceded a lot of goals from set pieces, did we not? They tried to tell Poch, yeah, you need a set piece coach. Poch said, no, fuck that. You know what I mean? Last season, we had a lot of injuries, did we not? Now we're trying to bulk up the squad a little bit to deal with these injuries, but it's still seen as a problem. You know, for me, they're taking good steps in the right direction. We were just chasing Olise, for God's sake. And if it wasn't for Bayern Munich coming in, we would have landed him over Newcastle and the Palace. You know what I'm saying? So as much as yes, like what I'm saying is
that, Don, yeah.
No. You're saying you're still coming here with the notion that they don't know what they're doing and they haven't got a clear plan. When I'm telling you that it's very clear what they are doing and there's a very clear plan, you're just choosing to ignore it. It's either ignore it or
the plan that you read out was rectifying positions in the team, right? The plan that I was talking about that's not clear is when we're going to challenge, right? Or what they see out of the team, right? They sign contracts for long term, right? So we did think long term. We got in directors of football all from Brighton. We didn't nothing about this club, right? We haven't brought in anyone that has experience in winning trophies. It's all about making players, right? So the question, why the plan is, are we doing this to keep constantly continue making teams, right? Continue just making a whole, because this is the model is, if you look at it, if you wanted to bring an American model here with the draft system, because that's all they focus on, right? It's not about tactics or philosophy. It's about getting the best players in the drafting, and then works itself out because they don't have the option of buying players whenever they want, right? So they're finding that system here where we're just doing the same, right? Which is a whole bunch of players. It doesn't matter, and it could work out. What I'm saying is that they haven't been clear on how they're gonna how we go forward, how we win stuff, right? Because none of the people they hired is.
Okay, listen, can I just say what you? I don't get what you're saying again. I understand it, right?
Yeah, I jumbled that up a bit. Yeah.
I actually think all we need to do right now, and the biggest issue in all of this, and it sounds a bit of common sense here. I don't think it's specifically the type of players we're signing, the young players. This being too much, I disagree with that. I think I could understand why they're doing that. But like Don's already explained, I think the biggest issue is getting the right man managing them. Once you get that right guy that's managing them, that's ticking, that's adaptable, that's able to bring the best out of individuals. Once they can find that man with what we have, I think we'll be all right. I really do.
Yeah.
I
actually agree with Don.
I'm talking about what we have at the moment. Yeah. I'm talking about what we have at the moment as well. Like, we just need a little bit more in certain areas. We know that. But,
bro, we were so shit. We were so shit, and we still managed to get to a fucking semi-final, and we got to the manager
that's the issue, right? Though. All these seasons, it's the managers. We just struggle to get the right person in. That's the problem.
This is the thing, though. Listen to what I'm saying. Last season, the semi-final and the final was a clear representation of how what these lot need to do to rectify mistakes. Because the final, was on Poch for me. Because yes, the players missed some of those chances, but to tell these lot to go and sit back in half time. In extra time, because a lack of energy or something. But then you've got these guys running about doing goal contests, playing one game a week, and you've got Liverpool, bringing on guys that have Serie A numbers, number 80, number 77, and that coming on, and they comfortably beat us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was on the manager. And then the semi-final against Man City, for me, Poch should have never started Gallagher on the wing. He wasn't needed on the wing.
Yeah, exactly.
But even with that, we still created some good chances that game, where we should have beaten Man City, because Man City, bro, they were on their last legs. They were looking at us like, come on, you know what? We've still got the FA Cup we can win. We've won the Prem now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we could have beaten them, right? That was a problem. So for me, there was a problem there with the finishing, and there was a problem there with the manager, and that's what they're trying to rectify at the minute. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what they're trying to rectify. It's very clear to me, bro. So I don't think we're as far off as what people make it out to be, because last season our problem wasn't against the top 6 sides. Yes, we got a battering against Arsenal because this stupid manager decided to change the whole lineup. We got battered by Newcastle away. Cool. Liverpool away again. That lineup was a joke. But overall, when we played at the Bridge against the top 6 sides, they struggled, bro. We didn't lose to Man City once last season in the league. It was the lesser teams that we kept losing to or drawing to, dropping points to. People forgetting about against Sheffield, 10-man Sheffield. 10-man Burnley. We can't beat 10-man Burnley, bro. Sheffield, we're playing Sheffield. They've got a higher XG than us, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got to look at these things. That manager was so bad. He's whooped so many people's mind into thinking that these players are worse than what they are. And that's exactly what Southgate is doing to England right now. A lot of these players look a lot worse than what they are because of how they're being set up. And this is what I was talking about with Poch. You know what I'm saying? The manager was a big reason why we finished where we did, bro. For the serious manager, we finished top 4 in my opinion. I predicted we'd finish top 4. Finished 5 points off of it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. People just got to take time a little bit, bro, and wait until the end of the window as well, because bro, there's gonna be a lot more surprises. A lot more surprises,
because
bro.
Don, I wanted to add, because what the biggest, I mean, maybe this sums it all up, right? When you listed all those, all the steps before, right? And you feel good because they're steps in the right direction. I think that's all it is. I think that people might need more steps. People may need different steps, but people will get there eventually, and it just depends how we play. I think that's where everyone's opinion is. For you, that was good enough. For some people, like I still not satisfied about some of the steps as well, right? I think I need more. Some people need more, and I think that's what we're getting at. No one's convinced of the manager. There's a lot of question marks.
I agree with that,
and I accept and I agree that. I understand that. Yeah. I understand that, bro. I understand that.
So I think when preseason comes
he's
along,
he's not a manager I looked at.
Yeah, preseason doesn't count, but that preseason can, ease everything that's been going on. Some preseason wins and good performances of some players we had question marks out of, and we look good. It just eased down. Couple wins. I mean, that's the biggest difference. But I can understand. I think the main point I was just trying to make since I got here is that I can understand everyone else's frustration.
No, bro, I can
optimistic.
fully.
No one's ignoring what they're
And
saying.
there's no right and wrong. I'm just
Exactly.
saying, like, yeah.
I agree with it, but what I'm saying is, and I agree with you guys, and I think we can all agree on is, yeah, we're not unsure. I'm unsure on Maresca. I'm sure we all are. We all hope that he's going to be able to, be adaptable and work with the quality of players that we've got. And it's a big step for him. Yeah, I agree. Maybe a bit too big. Who knows? Maybe not. Yeah, we'll find that out. We'll find that out at a later stage. But what I'm saying is, from what we're doing in terms of signings, especially this season, I'm looking more. This is, I always said, I feel the third season's an important season. We can't keep this relapse of like continuous crap. New manager, new player, new manager, new player. We can't keep doing that. That's one thing I will say. They can't. They need to start finding the way of getting it right with a manager and building the rhythm from that with progression moving forward. That's the thing we need to see. But it's a lot. Listen. It's been a good debate. I've got to go because I've got to get back to work. But it's been a good debate day. It's nearly 2 hours in the show. 350 people here. Big up Couch. Once we stay healthy, we'll be all right. I think so as well. I keep saying that. I think this bunch of players we've got are good players, guys. I'm not joking. Like, I think there's some real good talents.
Jim, let me say something on that as well. Yeah, Couch is spot on when he says that, because, bro, there's okay, cool. People can look at the new signings that we're making, yeah. But a lot of these guys, if they stay fit, the likes of Lavia, Fofana, Reece James, and that, they are gonna feel like new signings, bro. You know what I'm saying? I keep telling people, take out Saka, take out Odegaard, and take out Saliba from Arsenal's team. They will not compete. It's as simple as that. And it's the same thing as us. We will never compete without our main key players. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we had about 3-4. Yeah, bro, we had about 3-4 players that could arguably, no, not even arguably, they start for me injured pretty much the whole season. You know, and for me, I still think Poch had enough to get top 4, but you need your team fit if you want to kick on, bro. You know, so for me, like I've said, let's not ignore the talent that we have. This is where I'm looking at the medical team as well. People want to talk about the owners. I don't like what they did in terms of getting rid of everyone and then bringing in a bunch of nonsense. You know, they need to sort out the medical team. Yes, Poch was injuring people in training and that, yeah, but they need to sort out the medical team so we can actually kick on. That's gonna be the biggest signing of the summer. That's the biggest signing of the summer.
Bring back Eva. Lavia and Fofana coming back. The same. Hopium. Oh, come on, Bob. All right. Anyway, I'm going.
Yeah. Let's go, man. Let's go, man.
Guys,
let's go, man. Let's go.
Every single one of you, 350 people. Smash the like. Drop a comment. I am going away on Thursday. I'll try and see if we can get one more in Wednesday, depending on what goes on as well with us. And yeah, guys, I will see you very, very soon. Good show. I've enjoyed it, man. Big up Declared, Don, and AJ as always.
Love.
Guys, man. Peace.